again, and welcome back to the Backyard Backpacking video series. I'm Chuck, your host. So today I want to talk about something that might seem pretty obvious, but is actually very important to the whole backpacking procedure, and that's packing your backpack itself. We're not going to dive into the gear list in this video, but feel free to check the gear list tab on the website if you're curious to see what exactly you should be bringing along with you. We'll skim through some of the highlights, but this is really about how to pack the bag itself and not about what goes in it. Now, you might find yourself thinking, Chuck, I'm not an idiot. I've been packing a backpack since I was in kindergarten. I'm pretty sure I know how to take things from one place and put them into something else. You're probably not wrong, but believe it or not, there is a little bit of science and technique that goes into packing a backpack for a long-distance backpacking trip. Packing your pack this way will save you a good deal of strain on your back, on your neck, as well as on your knees, your ankles, and really any other part of your body that will absorb some of the shock and strain while you're backpacking. So, got our backpack here. Mine is a Deuter ACT Lite 50 plus 10. Yours may look a little different. The basic idea of packing a backpack for a long-distance hiking trip is that we want to stack based on density. And so when we make the bottom layer of what goes into our pack, we want to go with stuff that's lightweight, low density. So really we're thinking clothing here. So there's a number of different ways to do this. I've got mine folded. A lot of hikers prefer to roll theirs up into bundles. Really, that depends on you and how much space you've got in your bag. So clothing's going to go in first, all the way down to the bottom of the bag, and trying to make a nice flat base for everything that's to come next. What we think about is our second layer of the backpack as we get up towards the area of the pack that's actually touching your lower to mid-back. That's where we want to get our high-weight, high-density stuff. So there, we're thinking our relatively lightweight backpacking tent, sleeping pad, and sleeping bag. So that stuff's going to go in next. The idea behind that is we want that resting up against your lower to mid-back because that's the part of you best equipped to deal with the strain, and that's the part of you that your backpack itself is probably going to support the best. So, middle of the pack, high weight, high density. Thinking tent, sleeping pad, sleeping bag. Like so. So finally, your top layer of the pack is those things that are kind of bulky, oddly shaped, and sort of variable in their weight and density. And so certain of your food items will fall into this category. For me, it's sort of my bag of odds and ends here. So in this dry bag here, I've got some small medical supplies, my whistle, my compass, my battery charger. I like to have my phone with me when I'm out on the trail for safety reasons, for photo reasons, right? All of that stuff can go in a dry bag, or if you're interested in saving ounces, can go in a Ziploc baggie. So stuff like this that doesn't really fit a flat layer shape can go in your backpacking fuel. And this is my cook pot. So this is one other thing that can go in this sort of top layer of odds and ends. So for this, we're thinking food and survival for our top layer, right? Bulky stuff doesn't necessarily have a shape that's conducive to packing evenly. But we sort of pile that in and try to make it as level as we can on the top to make your bag close adequately. The very top layer, I like to keep stuff to deal with weather. You never know when rain's going to strike when you're on the trail, especially here in Washington. So I like to keep my raincoat wedged in at the very top of my pack, like so. That way you're not sticking it in with the rest of your clothes at the bottom of the pack and having to shake every single thing you own out of this bad boy in order to deal with the rain if it comes out of nowhere. So my raincoat or other weather-related gear, a lot of people wear rain pants. If you've got a puffy that you're bringing with you, that's a good place for that too. Go in right on the top, like so. So there you have it, a relatively evenly packed backpack that's going to protect your neck, your back, your knees, your legs, all the parts of you that are important to having a successful backpacking excursion. So remember, our principle is here: low density, low weight on the bottom, high density, high weight in the middle, and all your other detritus along the top. Once you're working in food, water, those things can get a little heavy. Same principles apply. We want to stack that weight so that we're maximizing the capacity of your back to actually carry this pack. Thank you. This has been the Backyard Backpacking video series. I'm Chuck. Don't forget to check out all the awesome resources we got on the page for more information about what to bring and how to bring it. Stay tuned for our next video, what not to bring with you on a backpacking trip. Come on, baby.